Hello, my friends. Welcome to February 2026 Spellbinders Reveal for clubs. I am so excited to be here. I have been having so much fun playing with the clubs. And last month, we kicked off our very first viewer's choice where we had a live presentation and class with you guys choosing which class we were going to have. So you chose which class I was going to give you. And on the 6th, we had our first live club class. So it was a very good turnout of votes. So we're doing it again. So I'm going to show you all of the clubs and be watching for your favorite card. And then we're going to put you to a vote. And you get to choose the card that you would best like seen in the live classroom. So here is the first card. Now, this card, I am featuring the large die of the month and the 2D embossing folder along with a BetterPress sentiment. So I'll show you this up close. This is an adorable bunny. I love, love, love the color scheme. I have the 2D embossing folder in the background. We have ink blended this background and then did some splatter. And then we've die cut all of the beautiful, beautiful flowers. These flowers are make the whole large die of the month worth its weight in gold. I had so much fun with these flowers that they're even making an appearance in my last card. So be watching for that one as well because it is amazing. This is a 5x7. And like I said, I have the 2D embossing folder, the large die of the month, and then a sentiment from the BetterPress. So let me set this aside and show you those club kits. This one here is your large die of the month. Here are all your dies. And let me turn this over so you can see what it is intended to make. Happy Spring glasses can be put on your little bunny, or should I say pretty big bunny. And then it goes over all the instructions on how to make the face. And this is the body piece, your ears. Then you can put the glasses on or not. And then, of course, all those gorgeous foliage pieces. And then the bow. Oh my goodness, the bow. Did you see what I did with the bow? I added some of the little flowers to the bow as well. Isn't that precious? I just love the way this turned out. Made a little foil frame for it using my 5x7 dies. Thought it turned out adorable. So you'll have to let me know what you think of that one. The embossing folder of the month is called Spring Stripes. And like I showed you, it is this stripe vine, the 3D embossing folder, and I have a sample here to show you. I have not put this into a card yet. It's the only thing that has not made it into a card. This one is called Shady Leaves, and this is our 3D embossing folder. Isn't it gorgeous? I just love the way they look like on foil. So, so pretty. This is the stencil of the month. It is called Botanical Bunny, and I have made him into a little shaker card. So we have the stenciling in this card. We have the cut hole for the shaker. And then I've added a few little eggs, and these eggs are from the small die of the month. And they're extra layered. There's 2 layers to them. And I've used little glitter behind each of those layers. And I just love purple and green as a color scheme. So I really enjoyed that one. Let me show you. This is the sample on the back of the packaging for Botanical Bunny. Isn't it so, so pretty? This is Spring Haul. And this is where I got the little tiny eggs from for that last card. Look at this. It's got a wheelbarrow. It's got lots of foliage. These adorable carrot dies. You can see here the different eggs. Those are the ones that I used. Then you have the carrot. You have a chick and a rabbit. Then you have this amazing wheelbarrow with this etching die on the inside. Really, really cool. It shows you exactly how to assemble it. on the packaging. Now for the third card, I'm using the press and foil of the month. And this month, instead of a roll of foil, you are getting a coordinating stencil set. This is a 3-layered stencil set, and it actually has multiple layers in it because there's multiple stencils on each. So this is the actual press and foil. You have your press up here, and this is a registration plate. You have your press up here, then you have your stenciling down here. And your registration plate actually shows you how to place them to interact with each other. So this is a great thing that would be a great tutorial. But I wanted to show you this. It also has spring, happy Easter, blessings, and wishing you a day full of bloom as your sentiments. It comes with the sentiment dies for those sentiments. Here is that big press plate, and you see how it's made to where there's room here to put those stencils. That's what the registration is set up for. If you're unsure how to use a registration, this is your registration. It has the lines drawn here for you. You use this on your press plate or on your BetterPress system. And that could potentially be the tutorial that you vote for if you're unsure on how to do this. And let me show you my sample. Here is my card. So this is all one layer. There's no layering here. This is all one piece of paper. I pressed first, and then the registration helped me line all of this up so that my stencils could fit right in there perfectly. Then I created my card around it, picking a die set that fit perfectly, and I die cut it out and framed it. And then I put it on a piece of pattern paper that I felt coordinated really, really well. Now, some of the pattern paper that you'll see me using this month, I will make sure I link down below because this paper is gorgeous. It is a paper rose pack that I just found recently. I don't know the name of it off the top of my head, but if you see the other pieces and you fall in love with it, I'll make sure I have a link in my supply list. But I just love the way this turned out. The reason I went with black and purple for my tulips is because when I was a little girl, I was about 10 years old, and I lived in England. My dad was stationed at Alconbury Air Force Base, and we lived there for a year and a half, and their goal was to show me as much of Europe as they could in that year and a half. Now, at the time, we didn't know it was a year and a half, but it was cut short. And they took me to Europe for a 30-day trip, and then my mom took me, just her and I, to Holland during tulip season for 2 weeks. So it was an amazing, amazing trip, just the two of us. And my favorite tulip was the purple tulip. It was a very dark purple. And when you look down into the center of the tulip, you saw a black inner center with just a little bit of the irises. The stamens and stuff were a little yellow, but it had that dark black center. And that was my absolute favorite tulip of all. But the fields and fields of tulips just brought back such memories for me. So I had to use that in my card today. So that is the BetterPress all pressed out. And this is where I got that sentiment from on here. This is our clear stamp and die of the month. And that's where this sentiment came from. Your friendship makes spring brighter, which I thought was perfect for this. And this has some beautiful sentiments. This set here is called Ears to Spring. And the sentiments read, bloom with happiness this spring, ears to a wonderful Easter, fresh picked wishes for you, sending springtime smiles, your friendship makes spring brighter, celebrate in full bloom, Easter blessings, hello spring, and handmade happiness enclosed. Wouldn't that be a great stamp to use on the outside of your cards? Then you have this really sweet stamp here to color, a butterfly, some extra flowers, and there's a side view butterfly. The stitching die of the month is a full tree. It can make this complete scene. Now this scene here was done with some ink blending. The ink blended a green bottom and then a blue top and blended right there in the center. And then you get all the rest of the dies to do the whole scene. So here it shows all the dies and then step by step on how to put it together. Now, I went a little rogue and there was a set I did not get to use in January that I decided to pull out. And I created this. This is from the Regal collection, I believe it was called. I'll make sure it's linked. But this vase and these vines and the arch came from that collection last month. And then I decided to stitch up all of my flowers from the tree and add them to this. And then I used a sentiment in my stash said age to perfection, which I used for the actual sentiment. Now check out the paper. Isn't it gorgeous? It looks like it has been water or alcohol inked with even gold encrusted running through it. So that is where I got my inspiration for my whole color theme, was this piece of paper. I took that paper and I started matching my cardstocks to it. That sometimes is how my whole card comes to being, is the motivation or the inspiration from my actual paper. Other times I will see something in public, I'll take a picture of it. Maybe I'll be at Hobby Lobby and I'll take a picture of some interior design piece, or maybe Randy and I will be out driving one day and I'll see a view that I take a picture of. You know, there's so many different things that you can gain inspiration from. So always look around and see what your next inspiration might be. So I totally am okay with you using my cards as inspiration. If there's ever something that you're wanting to duplicate, I do not mind at all. Or take an idea and run with it and go your own way. I'd absolutely love to see that in my group, Craft Life Together with Spellbinders and More. Anytime you'd like to come over to Facebook and share those inspirations with me, both pictures and, you know, what you created from them. So this is where I went with this die set. Something completely different, but these flowers down here are what I used from this. And if you don't like stitching, they give you that option. This whole die set doesn't even need to be stitched. If you like the tree, and there's another freebie, an actual one of the freebies could totally be used with this. And I'm going to show that to you in just a minute. But if you don't like stitching, you can either use these with the holes without stitching them, and then, you know, put a little gem in the center, or you can just use these two dies here, and that gives you a solid flower, and then use your centers. Now, I did not use the centers. I just chose to use some Pink Fresh Studios gems in 2 different sizes on the flowers themselves. That's how I finished mine. So this is my sample for both this collection and my stitching of the month. All right, now for the 2 crate freebies this month, I'm going to just show you the freebie first. This is our freebie of the month. This would be the caboodle freebie from previous past, the smaller item. And Seasons of Faith is the name of it. And this would be so cute with the tree. You could have the church up in the background on a hill and have the tree closer in, so your perspective is correct. So you could make a hill and then you could have your tree here, and that would be such an adorable scene because the perspective is okay with that, you know? So that would be really, really sweet to do. You know how I love scenes. If you're a follower of my channel, you know how I love building scenes. So this sweet little church could be used for a lot of things, though. Of course, they're bringing it out for Easter. and I have made an Easter card with it. So here is my Easter card. I have chosen to use the Simon Hurley Snow Globe collection and use just the base of the snow globe here. It fits the church perfectly. Then I've stenciled this background really gently and softly so it looks like it's a sunrise service. Really pretty. I've embossed this background just with an embossing folder in my stash. And then I've used two of the sentiments from the BetterPress and Foil Club. Happy Easter and Blessings. So it reads Happy Easter Blessings. And then I layered it up or bordered it up. And there is my 5x7 card using the freebie of the month. So that might be something if you're wanting to see maybe how to do this border. Might be something you might want us to build upon and make in our class. Now, last but not least, and it's definitely not least, here is our larger free item if you get the complete crate of items from Spellbinders. Now, for those of you that may not have seen my video last month or might be following on my channel at the first time and are not sure about clubs and what they're all about, each of these, except for these two items, each of these are available a la carte. You can get any of these 8 clubs individually. But if you're interested in the actual complete crate, it's a huge discount. So if you're wanting 3 or more of the actual individual sets, compare the price to the whole crate. Because with that discount, you might be saving money to get the whole crate. Even if you don't like an item or two, you might be saving money. Plus, you get these 2 items for free. So that is something to really consider. You also get some extra bonuses. You get a free shipping code for the month. And now in January, they had a little glitch on the computer and those codes weren't sent out properly. So if for some reason you did not get your free shipping when you placed the order, make sure you call Spellbinders and give them your order number. It does have to be free shipping less than $10 on that order, and that order does have to be placed within the month. So you do get one order of free shipping when you purchase the crate in that month. And then you also get a 15% discount instead of the 10% discount that all club members get. A crate member gets a 15% discount on your orders at Spellbinders during the month. So that is something definitely worth remembering. So with this set and mixing it with this beautiful flower right here and a couple of these pieces of foliage right here, I've created this card. I'm in love with this card. It's a lot of labor. I will say that. It is a lot of labor, but it was a labor of love. And I had such a joy building it. Now, I focused on 5x7 cards pretty much this month, and this is a 5x7. And I'm going to lay all of them out here so you can see them. But I just wanted you guys to have some really cool options for the class this month because I had so much fun doing that for you last month, and I wanted you guys to have more fun doing this. And I want you to tell me in the comments what you thought about how that worked out. And if you got a chance to actually come and participate last month, because if not, it might be something you want to come and join us with this month. The class will be on the 5th of the month this month, and it will be at 8 p.m. And we will end the voting time frame at the end of the day on Tuesday. And we will make one of these cards together. So let me know in the comments which one of these cards would you like a free card class for? Would you like it to be the Flower arranging happy birthday. Would you like it to be the Happy Easter Church? Would you like it to be Age to Perfection? The BetterPress registration? The shaker card? Or the bunny with a little floral arranging? So we also do the background in that one. You let me know. Just leave some comments down below after the video, and make sure you remember to like and subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you guys on the 6th. Now, if there's anything here that you're curious about, I will have all those links for you down in the comments section below, the more section below. And using those links does help support my channel, so I appreciate it if you can do that when you're ordering or changing your club subscriptions. That really does help me get a little farther in this journey. So thank you so much, my friends, and happy crafting!